What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 29, season 4 of Girl You Know What podcast. I am Danielle.
And I'm Keisha.
And let's see. So,
Hey.
so we're just gonna go ahead and get into the show. Now, we promised y'all last week that we would get into a little bit more of the discussion. We briefly have mentioned this Erica Mena thing where we just, completely just saw that she's a racist piece of shit.
Because the first week we talked about it, we talked about colorism.
Right.
Like that's how it was based off of her comments.
Right.
And we talked about, how we actually have a responsibility because it feels like younger people don't know that some of those terms are racist.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the second week, or it may have been the first week as well, we talked about how I told you the girl put the post up and I saw so many Black women acting like it was okay,
right,
what Erica said to Spice.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, and then because we also went into detail about like, it's okay if you're a dark-skinned man. Because we actually sexualize dark-skinned men. White women do it, Black women do it.
Right.
But when you're a dark-skinned woman, it's ridiculed. But if you're a dark-skinned man, oh, you fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's the truth.
Black women do it too. So, and now this week we said we were going to touch on that particular clip of her having that conversation with Yandy.
Right. So we're going to go ahead and play that so y'all can get, like if you haven't heard it or if you have heard it, we're going to dissect what we got out of it after we play it. Now I think it's about 3 or 4 minutes long. So
we ain't going to play the whole 3 minutes.
No, that's what I was going to say. It's about 3 or 4 minutes long. So tell me when you want me to stop it. Just tell me.
45 seconds.
45 seconds. Yeah, because it pretty much said enough right there.
She shows her asshole right up front.
Yeah.
So, she shows how much of an asshole she is right in the beginning.
Yeah, you're right.
So, 3 minutes of her ranting.
Yeah, because that's all it really was. That's why I was like, when I downloaded the clip, I was like, oh no. I was like, she just went on and on and on the rest of the clip, just, talking about how, well, we'll get into it, but let's go ahead and let's listen to about 30, 40 seconds of this. So, all right.
So we left off talking about what happens when we see the harm, when we see the racial slurs and how people are held accountable. I know, Yandy, you mentioned a moment where you tried to confront Erica and hold her accountable. We're going to take a look at that clip right now.
Calling a Black person a monkey, listen, I was offended.
You was offended.
And let me tell you.
Because you chose to be offended, Yandy.
I was offended
because you know me. No one's going to violate me using my child. There's no boundaries at that point. Once you cross that line, I even told her she should have died on that table.
But what you said to her
and what she said to me,
when you called her a monkey, you insulted every person of African descent.
No.
Let me explain to you why.
Guys that want to be offended by it.
You think I want to be offended by 400 years of slavery?
You do.
The reason why
I have 23.
Yes.
Why,
and this is the thing.
Minorities, are we comparing ourselves to something that...
The problem, Erica, this is the problem. And that's why I want to know.
That's what I don't understand.
And this is exactly why I wanted to have the conversation with you.
I hated every single...
Okay. So,
Lord, I didn't even hear that much of it. God, my heart beat.
Yeah. When I listened to it back again, because I heard it the first time, when I watched the whole thing.
So it's 2023. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Lord, my eyes, my vision.
No, go ahead, because I can tell you got something.
2023. So do you believe that because it's 2023 that slavery, we should just forget it?
Right.
Like, even though we're still living under oppressive system derived from slavery, you want us to forget it.
Right.
And I told you before we went and we started the show, the thing that disturbed me the most about the conversation, to some people would seem so insignificant, but it was the moment that I knew she was a racist, is when she told Yandy, you are offended because you chose to be offended.
Girl. I mean, now,
who do we hear racists say it all day?
I was just getting ready to say, who do we hear say that? And the thing that really killed me was that she just did not want to get it. She did not want to get it at all because she doesn't see it as a problem.
But this goes back to when we talked about it before, and I said, but Black people, I hold y'all responsible for people like her.
Right.
Because for some reason, we don't want to live and draw lines in the sand and say, hey, do not cross this line.
Yeah.
Once you cross this line, you've gone too far. And Black, and only Black people. And I want to say too, it is put on us by society. So a lot of us buckle under the pressure. And you buckle under the pressure of, well, we just want to make everybody feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to seem aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't want to seem angry. So you just allow people like Fat Joe and her and Jennifer Lopez to say nigga.
Just because they grew up in the hood.
And the area of the Bronx that you grew up in was not necessarily the hood because it wasn't nothing but other Mexicans living around you. I'm sorry, not Mexicans. What is they?
Puerto
Latino?
Rican. Yeah, Puerto Rican, Dominican.
Whatever you is, it wasn't nothing but y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, yeah, you can call it the hood, but it wasn't the same.
It wasn't the hood
yeah. It wasn't what the Black people was.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all might have had a few Black people sprinkle here and there, and y'all probably thought it was cool to hang with the Black guys.
And then you were able to say it around them because, it was just like regular conversation. Yeah, nigga,
but
yeah,
there
nigga.
again, I blame the Black people. There should never. There is not a space where anybody who is not African American, and I've been saying this since last year, we need to get back in a place where we are defining Blackness.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw somebody say it, and I know it feels controversial. You are Black if you have two Black parents.
Right.
And I need Black people to be comfortable with that. And I don't know why that makes you so uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You're only Black if you have two Black parents. But we don't want to tell people that.
Right.
And it's been pushed on us that, oh, you should be accepted. Oh, well, my mama Black, my daddy Black, but my mama white. No, you're Black if you have two Black parents. I've been telling y'all, leave Patrick Mahomes alone. Let that white man live in peace. He want to live his life like a white man. Let him.
That's it.
Y'all be so hungry to make people Black.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's enough of us over here.
Yeah, we good.
We don't need no extras.
Right.
You don't got to be forcing people into Blackness.
Yeah. We
cool with the ones we got. Y'all look weird doing that.
Very. And they don't even realize. Oh my gosh, girl.
Yeah, they don't even realize it. Like, y'all look strange.
Child.
And because they want Meghan Markle to Sonny.
Oh, that's a white woman. If Patrick Mahomes is a white man, she's a white woman. So let's just let them.
Full-blooded white.
Yeah, so let's just let them. I don't care if her mama got dreads and whatever else.
Black, but she's a white girl.
Yeah.
I don't know why that bothers y'all.
Yeah,
that's
just let it be.
Life.
I mean,
let her be okay with the way that she chooses to live.
Right. I mean, it was cute at first, we were all like, oh yeah, cause like when she first, got engaged to Prince Harry, and we were talking about, oh yeah, cousin Meghan and everything like that. We were fucking with the royal family. We knew that she didn't give a damn about Black people.
At all.
So we were just saying, this is what the royal family gets. Now you get, even though we know what it is, still you got some color up in there and y'all kind of expose yourselves even more. So that's what we were waiting on.
We grew up listening to Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I love Mariah Carey to death.
That's one of my faves.
It's a white lady.
Yeah.
I don't care who Black.
Right.
That's a white lady.
Yeah, her mom is white.
Yes. Yes. And now everybody going crazy like, oh my God, I can't believe Travis Kelce left that sister that beat with Taylor Swift. That boy got a white mama. Right. I don't know why these things keep shocking y'all.
Yeah, and not only that, she broke up with him. He even admitted it.
And his mama is like snickerdoodle oatmeal cookie bacon white.
Yeah, she's like typical suburban mom.
Have you seen the inside of their house?
Listen.
They is white for real.
For real, for real. I don't care if he gets in the end zone and dances and everything like that. And if he had a black ex-girlfriend.
Couches, upholstered couches with knickknacks on the wall white. Like, they white.
Come on, knickknacks.
Leave that man alone.
Right. What did y'all expect?
In the words of Ronnie, what did my boyfriend say yesterday? He went home.
That's it.
Ronnie said he went home.
He went
Yeah,
home.
let that man be.
Yeah.
They out here calling his team the Swifties.
And you know that
refer to
pisses them
as the
off.
Chiefs on ESPN. They called him the Swifties. I said, oh yeah, she gonna break up with him.
Oh,
I said,
yeah.
that girl got more bodies in the funeral home.
Exactly. I was gonna say this ain't gonna.
Googled it.
Yeah, this ain't gonna last anyway. So
I said, look at her ex-boyfriends. I showed it to him. I said, these are her ex-boyfriends.
yeah,
I was like, God damn.
yeah. Taylor don't play.
I said, listen.
Taylor gonna get her a man, but she's gonna get rid of that man the minute he acts up. So, you know, or it might not even be him. It might be her.
I said, but guess what? I said, white boys don't care about that.
No, they don't give a damn. Mm-mm.
You know how many boyfriends she done had?
Oh yeah.
He don't care.
No, he don't give a shit.
I said, it only be y'all. It only be black men be out here dogging a woman. I said, because a white man take a woman straight out the strip club.
Hell yeah, and turn her into a wife. Don't give a damn.
Listen.
And y'all be up here, can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Oh, she got 3 bodies. You know, I mean.
And you got 300.
But that's okay.
Baby, that's a whole nother show for
Listen, baby.
Because I do get on women, but when I get on men, maybe it's a pit bull grip. So I ain't even gonna do it to y'all today.
Not the pit bull grip. I got the visual of you just holding on and not letting go.
Oh my God, because you niggas, woo!
Ooh.
You talking about upset me? Some of the stuff y'all do. Okay, and before we go any further, I have to bring up this point, and I have to say this.
Okay.
So, and I should have sent this to you, but I get a lot of communication in my inbox.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of communication from women, sending me clips and stuff and saying like, "What do you think about this? What is this? What do you like? What are your thoughts? What are your comments?" And so, I got a clip 2 days ago of a girl on maybe it was like the Jasmine brand or one of those sites.
Yeah.
Because I tried. Please stop sending me stuff from the shade room. Just explain it to me. Because I don't like them.
They're racist as hell, too. They're not for black people. So let's just get that.
And she's black. And TD Jakes run that.
Yeah.
And I challenge y'all to say that he don't.
You know he does.
Because when his daughter was out there stealing babies and her husband is accused of a whole rape of a child that been living in her house. And we ain't seen one story. And they in a whole court case.
Mm-hmm.
He going to court about this? Gone somewhere. Yeah. But anyway. So somebody sent me this story from the Jasmine brand. And the girl thinks she thought she was reading, saying a word like, yeah, because I don't go on drink dates. I don't meet for coffee or tea.
I saw that clip. Go ahead.
You're going to have to like have dinner with me. So she goes into this whole spiel about how the guy wanted to meet her for drinks. And he wanted to meet her for drinks. And she said, well, I don't really necessarily meet for drinks. I would prefer to sit down over a dinner. And she said then she sent him some restaurant suggestions, but she said they were not expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them were expensive, but they were like, it was across the board. So some were very, cheap, some were mid-level, and some were expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have a variety of what to choose from. So he, in the conversation, says, that's fine. If they go on that date, then they could go Dutch. So let me show you something. When a person sent it to me, I said, first, this is the thing, y'all. If he don't like you over tea, he ain't gonna like you over a steak.
Right.
Because this is what her thing was. She said, we all know that men are when they take you on those little 30-minute coffee or let's get drinks, they're auditioning you. They want to see if you look the part. They want to see if you look good. Now, she was an attractive girl.
Right.
So that excuse that she used there seemed ridiculous to me. Because let's just say that is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That a man is auditioning you. Or somebody who wants to take you out is auditioning you. You already know you cute. So I wouldn't care if you said, hey, let's go get drinks because I'm cute. So I know I'm gonna pass this little look test that you're trying to put out there. If that's what you're saying you think he's doing. And so I told the girl who sent it to me, I said, well, it seems ridiculous to me because the man gonna like you over us. He gonna dislike you over a steak just like he gonna dislike you over tea.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like him, you gonna hate him over coffee just like I don't want you to waste my time either.
That's what it comes down to.
So I would prefer to meet you for a drink. And then she went into, why would I put on a full face of makeup just to get drinks for 45 minutes? My concealer costs $32. I said, well, she sounds ridiculous because have you ever ordered a cocktail? It's martinis out there that cost $30.
Right.
So this makes no sense. I said, but what she is doing, she is proving a point that men make.
Mm-hmm.
That there are women out here who are going on dates just for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You just going on dates with men just to get a free meal.
Right.
And so when he saw that he made a suggestion and you immediately rebutted his suggestion, I told my boyfriend, I said, let me show you what he did. So he knew how to get rid of you. What did he say? We can go Dutch.
That was it.
He know you gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
Because he already has pegged you as a gold digger.
Right.
You think that your standards is high. He looking at you saying, he see what you're doing now. Oh, she all about the money. She's not really here for the connection. So guess what? Yeah, we can go, but we gonna go half. And so what you gonna do when they say that? Run?
Yeah, that's it.
He knew how to get rid of you, and you think you 2 steps ahead of him. Like, women, we gotta stop this bullshit. You gotta stop it.
Yeah, because
if that man want to take you for a drink, just go on a drink.
you just go on the drink date, and if you know it's just an audition, go up there and because you can audition him too.
Because I feel trapped on a date if I got to be out at a dinner with you for 2 fucking hours,
Mm-hmm.
for an hour and 30 minutes. And no, I don't want to eat with you.
No.
Because first of all, y'all want to sit down and break bread too much with people. Like, yeah, let's go get a drink.
Right.
Let me get you in a crowded room with people.
Mm-hmm. That part right there.
Let me see how you act with a bunch of people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how you gonna do if it's other women in here that catch your eye. Like, let's go get drinks. And then look, it was a girl and another one. What did she say last week? That it wasn't about the drink dates. I have to go back and look at that. Because then it was another girl. Oh, I don't want to go to dinner. Then here she come. I don't think going to dinner is you're not gonna get to know or have a conversation. Brandy Cherry posted it. I went underneath Brandy's post and said, these hoes is irritating. Everybody don't need a platform, I'm telling you.
You're right, girl. Not at all.
Ladies, what I would suggest for real, do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And stop listening to what other people say.
Right. Quit going to social media because these hoes, they don't know what the hell's going on either.
Because they're lying.
Yeah, because they wouldn't do that.
Number one, the main ones who was out here, especially on social media, making all these videos. Oh, because I would never let a man. I wouldn't let a man. They the main ones letting them. They the main ones. They are the main ones letting them.
Right.
Me and my best friend and her husband was having this conversation one day.
Mm-hmm.
Early in the morning, they had called me a couple weeks ago, and we was talking. And he was saying this and he was saying that. And I told them, I said, them women is lying. The main women who was on there telling you what they wouldn't take from a man, because he was talking about how one of his friends be treating women and how he be getting women to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I said, they gonna do it.
Oh,
It be
yeah.
the women who be, I'm independent. Ain't no man gonna play me. I got my own. I said, okay. Them be the ones that be bending over backwards for a man.
Oh, yeah.
Buying gray jogging suits and shit. they be the ones buying Jordans.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like I sent you that picture, and I said, these they gonna dust these men off. Now I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, yeah.
dust them off. You hear me? They be the main ones saying they ain't.
Mm-hmm.
That man don't even look like the same person, did he?
No, not at all.
Listen, don't
Okay.
y'all fall for that.
Right.
Don't fall for that.
Mm-mm.
Do what makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
And see what has happened is, what do they say? If you don't show it, it didn't happen.
Right.
They have these people so pigeonholed in that mentality that you can't go on a date now without taking pictures, showing where you at. I encourage people more and more, live a private life.
Yes, thank you.
Live a private life.
Yeah. Because the
Let
people
that
that
man take you wherever he want to take you.
Right, because the people that you're mainly putting the show on for really don't give a damn. They're just nosy.
And they don't, and they're and no man's taking them anywhere.
That part. That's why they're living vicariously through you.
They have 1,000 suggestions what you should do with the man that you're with, and no man's taking them to the bathroom.
Not to the bathroom.
There's not a man offering them a glass of water.
Okay.
I mean, like, seriously.
Y'all steady
If
feeding
he
right
want to
into
take
it.
you for drinks and that's what's in his pocket, because this go back to what I told y'all last week, the average man is making $37,500.
Girl.
That may be what he can afford. And I don't want to believe that we are living in a world where women are putting men away because he doesn't make $75,000.
Right.
That's not realistic, y'all. It's just I don't want to believe that y'all doing that.
Right.
I don't want to believe.
But most of it's going down though.
Like, it's, if you are doing that, and it's crazy because you will have a man who will probably come in. If you working hard and you making $65,000 and he making $40,000, y'all make $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's a decent living.
Right.
That's a decent living.
But you want him to come in with $100,000 and you just sit back and kick it. So
I don't know where we got that from.
Girl.
Listen, it ain't the 80s.
No.
It ain't the 80s. My grandparents' mortgage was $300. It was cheaper than that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like $305. My grandfather refinanced it to get an RV, and it was like, even the refinance amount was like $390.
Oh yeah.
Like, it ain't the 80s.
Mm-mm.
My grandfather was a supervisor at NCR of the janitorial department. He worked overnight. My grandmother did not have a job.
Mm-hmm.
She babysat kids Monday through Friday.
Right.
They had 2 cars, vacationed once a week in Canada.
Yes.
Every year, rented a cabin.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather had a boat. It's not the 80s though, y'all.
No.
That was in the 80s and early 90s. It ain't that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that stay-at-home wife lifestyle. Look, and women only got themselves to thank for that, if we being honest. Because what was the 90s when we was growing up? Living single. I'm independent.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it by myself.
Right.
Which we now know was a product of the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Whole movement to break up Black families. And we fell right into the trap.
Right into it. And
We fell
still,
right into the trap.
yeah. And still going for, girl, that's a whole nother show. Still going for what is just dividing us and just feeding right into it. And even just that post that you were just talking about, that video, that's dividing us too. It's dividing Black men and Black women.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's the new game. It's to divide us where we never get together.
Mm-hmm.
Where we look so problematic to Black men that they desire to be with women like Erica Mena.
Right. So, or like
who are wildly racist.
Oh yeah.
But because she's attractive, y'all don't care.
Don't care. Because she's a little quote unquote ratchet and seems fun. It's like, oh, yeah, she.
No, because she Latino.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know they couldn't hate niggas. But okay.
Because they
I
do.
don't know why people say stuff like that.
Right.
Oh, no. She Cubana, no. No, she Boricua, no, she don't. Who told y'all they didn't dislike black people?
Right. Because they steady calling y'all niggas too and not in the cool way.
My God.
Ciao.
Okay, girl. What was
All
we
right.
saying
So next, let's talk about Jay-Z.
next?
So
Okay,
this
good.
was a good one. And this, okay, so let me just give the premise of what happened. So Jay-Z and Kevin Hart were having a conversation. And awkward conversations about money came up with family and stuff like that. And Jay-Z was basically just saying that he refused to give a family member $4,800. Now, people were on the fence about this, and I'll get into that in a second. We can obviously see why. One of the reasons is because he's a damn billionaire. But he was saying, like when he and B go home, when they're around family, like for holidays or things like that, he doesn't want to be Jay-Z. He wants to be Sean. And he doesn't want to talk business necessarily at that moment. He doesn't want to strike deals. He doesn't want to hear about what you got going on. And so
I'm your cousin Sean. I'm not Jay-Z.
Exactly. So this cousin had like some kind of business idea that he wanted to do. I don't know if it was like him doing a play or something like that, but he's like, I only need $4,800. And Jay-Z was like, well, I'm not going to give that to you, whatever. And people, of course, some people were like, they get it, because it's just like, you can't just be loaning everybody money. And right now, this wasn't the time to talk about it. We're together as a family and, and then everybody else was like, $4,800 is like $48 to him. He's a billionaire, and I'm on the side where he doesn't have to give anybody shit, family or not. So,
and I heard it described like this. I think it was Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson was talking about it. But like they said, that's how they became billionaires. I can't give you money every 5 seconds. Like, okay, y'all saying, oh, it's just $4,800. It's your cousin. Okay, but I got 15 other cousins.
Exactly. Right.
And once I open the door, the floodgates gonna come in.
Yeah.
Because he gonna tell everybody, nah, Sean, Jay gave me that money. Jay gave me that money. Oh, he did? Hey, can I get 2,000?
Exactly.
Because everybody ain't gonna ask you for 4,800.
No.
Can I get 2,000? Oh, he gave you the 2,000? Shit. Hey, look, I was just trying to get 3,000 because I'm trying to open my shop.
Right.
Oh, he gave it to you? Like, it just, no, the shit will never stop. And let's say he do that to 5 people. The first person he tell no, he a bitch ass nigga, and every family secret he had finna come out over $350.
Right. Exactly.
Over $350. They about to tell every family secret y'all got.
Right. And make up some shit to make it even more entertaining.
Over money. Like, no.
Money.
No, I got 27 companies, my dude. Go apply for a grant through one of the companies. I can hook you up with the people at the Ford Foundation. You can try to get a grant through them. Right. But I'm not going to give you the money. Man, you know how many people, and I'm not saying this will happen to him because he's like so high up. But do you know how many people get killed by family because you won't do something for them, or because, oh, you did it for so-and-so, but you won't do it for me?
Girl.
I have all these crime shows I watch.
Listen.
Look, I done seen somebody kill a motherfucker over $120 on a paycheck. His best friend for over 20 years, and he killed him over $120. Talking about my check, I need my check, I need my paycheck. And he was like, I'm gonna get it to you, I'm gonna get it to you. Shit. Killed him. I was like, damn, man.
Yeah. And
these people with money is like insanity.
It is. Money is truly something that.
But it's your money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's also crazy is how entitled people have become.
Right.
Entitlement is high and accountability is low, baby.
Girl,
And that's a dangerous ass combination.
listen, that is terrible.
It's a
Ooh.
dangerous combination out here.
Mm-hmm.
How entitled people are, but how they don't want to be accountable.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
It is. It's going to give you $4,800. I don't give a damn how much money I got.
Girl, it's crazy.
It
Like, and I
is.
mean, it's just like you said. It's just I don't understand when people just became so entitled.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scripture that talks about that. You get what you earn from the sweat of your own brow.
Listen, ain't nobody living like that no more. Ain't nobody living like that because it starts with these kids. These kids are entitled because they got parents that feel like they're entitled. They see it, or they get whatever they want, whatever, and they're told, oh, all you got to do is just do this, and and it's just like it's no value, no value.
I'm telling you.
Woo. So y'all leave Jay-Z and them alone, child.
Let them live their rich life.
Yeah.
The way y'all hate rich people is weird too.
Oh my gosh, just let them live.
Why y'all so mad? Y'all don't want no money? I wish people would put themselves in other people's shoes more.
Yeah.
Show a little empathy.
They're not. They can't do that.
I be always wondering, like, damn, you don't want nothing out of life, do you? When I see people hating on people who got a lot of stuff, I be thinking like, oh, damn, you don't want shit out of life.
Mm-mm.
You are really hopeless to the point that you probably believe you just ain't gonna never have nothing.
Right.
Because I always feel like I'm gonna get something one day. I mean, I just feel like I am. And I wouldn't want people to be like hating on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever put yourself in other people's shoes?
Right.
I don't want people to.
People don't do that.
Walk around like, oh, look at that bitch. She don't deserve that shit. Like, y'all be hating people like, oh my God.
And that was one of the things my grandfather always said. He told me, before you judge somebody, before you, look at somebody and see what they're going to, put yourself in their shoes. He always said that.
Don't never say what you want. What do I always say? Quit putting your mouth on people.
Mm-hmm.
My God, y'all need to stop doing that. And it's just so. I had 2 situations this week, and I told somebody, I said, this literally is making my brain itch. Like, I can't understand.
That's bad when the brain itches.
People are like literally walking around pointing out people's flaws, and they do the very shit themselves that they're pointing out. That freaks me the hell out.
Yeah.
If it's something that as I've gotten older that, and I'm not talking about like makes me mad, it literally it freaks me out a little bit, like, because I'm such a thinker that when things are that, like, what you're doing is very obvious. Like, it's obvious that you do that same thing.
Right.
And God forbid I have pointed it out before. And it's like, well, why we gotta be talking about me? Oh, so you do know you do it. Let me tell you something. Girl, you talking about some shit I want to get away from. That freaks me out. Like, I don't.
Like, so you're doing some messed up stuff. Okay.
Over the past like 6 months, I had told my friend, I said, I am honestly coming to a place where I don't want to be in relationship with people who are not accountable.
Right. Oh yeah, I gave that up a long time ago. Yeah. I can't do it.
I cannot do it. It's so, it's very uncomfortable.
It is.
Because it makes me uncomfortable that you will continuously point out other people's flaws. And it puts you in a weird situation where it's like, oh, I can't say nothing. Because if I say something about it, then I become the villain.
Right, of course, yeah. And that's why you just gotta let people like that go.
I can't live in this place where I'm supposed to pretend like you're not batshit crazy. I cannot live there.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do that. I can't do, I can't pretend. I can't deal with your narcissistic ways. I can't do it. I can't anymore. It's just like
listen, I don't care if you make a million mistakes. I don't care. Look, I have said this before. I had a friend. We did not talk for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
We talked, and on that third day, she was like, "You just talked to me like nothing happened." Because I'm not the kind of person. Technically, I don't hold a grudge against anybody. I don't believe
Right.
in it.
No, it's too much
So
energy.
if you make a mistake, I could care less.
Mm-hmm.
But where we are not going to be able to mesh is when you continuously point out other people's flaws
Yeah.
and never hold your own self accountable and say, I probably shouldn't have said that. I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have did that.
That drives me crazy.
Like, or even before you point the person's flaws out, you say to yourself, well, let me shut my ass up because hell, I just did that the other day. Look, and I'll do that in a hot second. Like,
Listen, I'll call myself. I mean, I even post things, like that I did that were real stupid, so it's just like I always hold myself
and I
accountable.
think that's the problem. When you live in a place where you are constantly like picking yourself apart
Mm-hmm.
and trying to be better and saying like, Nakisha, you ain't had no damn business doing that. You
Mm-hmm.
ain't had no business saying that. And now I'm getting to the point where I can feel God like, oh, okay. So you think you're going, okay, well, I'm gonna put you to the test today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get very quiet because it's like,
Right.
okay, let me assess me. Like, let
Mm-hmm.
me see the things I'm doing wrong. But if you think I'm gonna be over here picking my damn self apart and you're gonna be over there like, yeah, because I don't know why
Right.
they did that, and I don't know why, and I wish they need to do this and they need to do that. And it's like, nigga, not over here.
Yeah, we ain't doing
No,
that.
ma'am. No, ma'am, you can't do it over here. No, no,
Ain't nobody
I
playing them
can't live like
games.
that.
No.
That shit drive me crazy, and I'll be praying every day, like God,
You have to.
teach me how to deal with it.
Ooh.
Teach me how to deal with it silently.
Because it's a chore to deal with. Oof.
It's definitely a chore.
Girl.
It's definitely a chore.
Mm. Okay, so now on to, well, I mean, we've already talked about drama, but this right here. Now, you brought this story to my attention.
Ooh.
LaShonda
Oh,
and Rayshonda.
girl.
Some good old Leslie drama. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go.
So when you got the clips and you got all the stories, you were like,
I mean,
so
go. Okay, go.
how did you feel? No, how did you feel?
Okay, so I had a lot of feelings. First off, it was a toxic, messy, stunt queenish or kingish, however they identify, nonsense. There
Okay,
were
so let's tell the people.
so many red flags. Yeah, there were. But go ahead.
So there's a couple on TikTok. They would be considered TikTok famous.
Mm-hmm.
Ray and LaShondra, because they have the same name, like Rayshondra and LaShondra.
Right.
So we call her Ray and LaShondra.
Mm-hmm.
LaShondra would be the more king of the relationship.
Right.
Do we say stud? Is that
yeah,
right
we
word?
can go with that. Yeah.
Okay, LaShondra is the stud in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So they're married for 6 years. I'm sure now after this story, as every relationship, there's been some drama behind the scenes.
Of course.
So Ray and her daughter are pulling out of the driveway of a home that they rent, a house, like an actual house, big house. And so she sees a notice on the door. Notice comes on the door. Her daughter gets out, gets the notice. It's an eviction notice. She calls her wife, LaShondra, and says, LaShondra, there's a eviction notice on the door. What is this about? She said, okay, I'm gonna take care of it. Well, Ray didn't feel like she was handling it fast enough. Long story short, she goes to the Remax office and now she finds out they are definitely evicted. They have had multiple NSF charges, and now the whole financial floodgates open. She's been realizing people are saying that LaShondra is stealing from her job. She's been cheating with multiple women at the apartment complex where she works. It's just a whole host of foolishness.
I mean,
that
one
has been
thing,
taking place on the internet for the whole entire week.
girl, it was a
Now,
lot.
everybody seems to be on Ray's side. Because, of course, here comes a nosy white woman. She done went in and looked LaShondra up. And LaShondra had like 41 aliases or something like that.
Girl, I mean, that's why I said stunt queen, child, king,
Listen,
whatever.
she had like 41 aliases, multiple evictions. And what I thought was strange was some of those evictions were during the time that they was married.
So, yeah, girl. I was like, wait a minute.
Let me tell you this point now, and I put this out because I want to say again, everybody seems to be on Ray's side. But a guy came on and he said, you know, let's look at this from a different point of view. And he was 100% accurate, because if you have watched them and watched their videos, and I mean, not that they make like content together,
right?
You know, they're just like a couple who just like records each other. So Ray is the more extravagant person.
Yeah.
She is the one who spends the money. And he just said for people to be calling LaShondra a con artist, most con artists have like flashy demeanors. They want to buy the most expensive stuff. Like, and he is right. He said, but if we pay attention, LaShondra is the complete opposite, and that is the way that Ray is. She has randomly gone up to LaShondra's job on multiple occasions, asking for $400 and $500.
Yep.
She gives it to her. So, and he pointed this out, and I know personally somebody who this happened to. He said when Ray told her story, she pointed out that she pays the rent at her business on the 1st of the month. She pays her house rent late every month on the 15th, and she says she includes the late fees. She gives it to LaShondra, and then LaShondra pays it. So they've had multiple NSF charges.
Right.
And now the people want to evict them. Now, let me say this. I have been in a relationship with a man who has had a wife who did the exact same thing, paid the rent late every month. They got paid, but they paid it late.
Right.
And what happened? The people at the complex did not want to renew their lease.
Because they had that right.
So the man was saying, let's not just look at it like, oh, LaShondra's not paying the rent. They may want you all to vacate the premises because you don't pay on time. So my friends say, he always tell us this, everything in something in the milk ain't clean.
No.
On both of their parts.
No, because let me say this. Ray, she seemed to blame everybody else. It was like she didn't do anything wrong at all. You know, like she was just this damsel in distress. You know, she was just
and we know that ain't true.
No, we know that's not true. No. And, she was just making it seem like you gave all the responsibility to LaShondra, and, you just sat back and basically reaped the benefits.
And so I have said this same thing to this certain man. So, because now it's coming out, this may be the first time that you've known that you guys have had an insufficient funds charge, but you knew other instances where she was not financially responsible. And you still continue to give her your money every month. And I said that to this man, when you knew she was fucking that money over,
right?
Why did you keep trusting her to pay the bills?
But okay,
why you do that?
But girl, what about LaShondra going up to, like, even before they got married, going to, because now Ray's friends are coming out and saying, yeah, well, she borrowed $1,000 from my husband and me. She borrowed this, yes, sis, because she borrowed this. Why weren't they saying anything to LaShondra like, okay, your wife or your fiance at the time, whatever, is coming up to us asking us for money. What's going on with y'all? Is everything okay? So that threw me off too. I was just like, and now they're coming out saying something now. And I'm just like, so you had no idea all this was going. Now, obviously, you didn't know that that she was borrowing money from your friends. Girl, the Rent-A-Center drama. I mean, and then
And okay,
that happens though. A lot of people do
I
that.
can't call that even drama. Okay, big deal.
Yeah.
You acting like
Well,
you
she
too
made
good
it
to
a
get a
big
payment from
deal.
Rent-A-Center.
Yeah,
Like, you should have just paid the man. He was at the door.
exactly. But that
And if
just
you got so much money, if you give Rent-A-Center their money, they're gonna go away.
They're gonna go away. But that just
They
shows
don't want
that
that shit back.
yeah. And then when she said that she went to her mom, when Ray went to Lashandra's mom was just like, well, everybody lies, so it's just like
She knew.
yeah, she knew what was going on.
She knew.
Yeah.
Because she know her child. She know her child struggle with some stuff.
Yep. Child, yeah, that was, I mean, I was just like, I mean, it just kept going. And then, like, of course, like I'm always stuck on YouTube, and I was watching these YouTube videos about people, talking about it and breaking it down. And then, you sent me all the clips on TikTok, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, I wasn't expecting all that. I was just like, wow.
It ain't done yet.
No, it's not done.
Because I will tell you this, Lashandra still ain't commented. Like, she's not gonna say nothing.
That's what I was saying.
Letting people act a fool. She letting people say whatever.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, all we have is one person's word against another. Like, there's no factual
and she's playing the
proof.
victim, so that ain't even going to fly, for too long. Yeah. She's playing the victim, so.
Like, you don't have any factual proof to back up. And again, like the guy said, he said she told us that she paid her rent on the 15th.
Yeah,
like, she was proud, like it was a good thing.
Like, I mean, it got paid, like, it was almost like she was flexing, like, I paid the rent and the late fees. I mean, come on now. I mean, girl.
Baby.
Child.
She paid that boutique rent. So I did hear one person say this, that she may pay her rent according to her YouTube checks or according to her Instagram and Facebook money, because I think somebody said they pay on the 15th and the 30th.
Yeah, it's like, they pay around those dates, and then, like, if she has AdSense, they pay like around the 20th or something like that.
Yeah.
So in between that time, between the 15th and the end of the month, that's when content creators and whoever gets their checks.
And now that I'm sitting here thinking too, she made it seem like it was scandalous that Lashandra was asking, like she said, Lashandra has been saying for 6 years, like, we need to get on the same account. But she said that she never trusted it because of her previous situation with being homeless.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. Yep, her being homeless, because she said,
and that's why
her mom stole some money.
You ain't gonna get me to believe you be homeless, because why you pay your rent on the 15th? I don't believe it. Nope.
I mean, and then, like, another thing, now I'm not saying it didn't happen between her mom stealing her money, and I'm talking about Ray's mom stealing her money and caused her to be homeless. There had to be a lot more to that story than your mom just stealing. Yeah. So, but that was just another thing with her blaming somebody.
You said she had a gambling addiction. You said your mama had a gambling addiction.
Right.
So you gave a person with a gambling addiction access to your money?
Girl.
See, when you sit down and listen to the shit people say, it don't be sounding right.
That's why I was like after the third or fourth video of her talking, I was just like, okay. I was like, she's not taking any accountability for anything. She's blaming everybody else for, she's the victim. And I was like, no. I was like, I was like, and especially now, I know it doesn't matter if you're in a heterosexual relationship, a same-sex marriage, whatever. There is usually someone in the relationship that takes, more of the financial, and things like that. But you still have to know what's going on. You cannot just let, your husband or your wife just take all the financial burden. And I'm not talking about them paying everything, but them being responsible for paying everything. You got to know what's going on, because then let's just say she really didn't know, which I don't believe. She just, then it's just like, that's a whole nother subject.
I'm going to tell you the truth. My person don't know what's going on. He don't know what's going on. He don't
Uh,
know what's going on. I'm gonna tell you this. So he bought a new car.
uh-huh.
I think he bought a new car 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because you told me he
He
was out with his
didn't know.
bestie.
He didn't know how much he made.
Mm-hmm.
Like he don't because his pay stubs come onto the computer.
Right.
He don't. He don't know nothing.
Girl, that is a level of trust and love that, oof.
No, he don't know nothing. And when he looked at his pay stub to take it to the car lot, he was like, "Oh, this how much money I make." He didn't know. Like, as long as the lights be on, and he know I don't play about the rent. Like, I
Right.
don't play that. I don't play the games
Mm,
about paying on
right.
the first.
But
I
see,
don't play that.
okay, I can get with that. But y'all haven't had any eviction notices, I'm sure.
Oh no, I would be terrified. No.
Yeah, you
And
haven't
that's why I
had,
say I don't believe that shit.
right.
I don't fucking believe that
Mm-hmm.
she is sitting here telling me that she has been homeless before and
Uh-huh.
you gave the responsibility of your housing over to another person.
Mm-hmm.
That does not
That
that
doesn't
don't
sit well with
resonate
me.
with me.
No, not at all.
Like I've never been evicted,
Mm-hmm.
but
Me either.
I've never been homeless.
Me either,
But
thank
I
God.
would be but it's one thing that is like,
It
oh,
terrifies me. Yeah.
oh my God, I don't ever want to be in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I'm going to pay that before I pay anything.
Yeah.
That and electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to be in the dark.
Right.
So like,
Exactly.
I mean, it's some bills you can play with, but
Mm-hmm.
them two bills right there, I ain't playing with them.
Right.
Now you ain't gonna give me to believe that you have dealt with homelessness before, and you just was like, "It's okay, you can go ahead
Yeah.
and pay." Oh
And
no,
not
no,
only
no,
that,
no.
you know that your wife has had financial issues and done some things in the past. So you knew that. But you're
Mm-mm.
going to turn everything over to her with with those burdens on you with homelessness and your wife having financial issues and doing things in the past, but you're going to hand everything over to her. Nah. Uh-uh.
Uh-uh. I would just say I would recommend that if you are in a relationship, know what's going on with your finances.
Mm-hmm. I totally
Know
agree.
what's going on with your finances because this story is a lot of people's story
Oh
where
yeah.
they say I had no clue, especially stay-at-home mothers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he pays all the bills and
Right.
he does all of this and he does all of that. I would suggest that you get very familiar with what's going on, how much.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, my grandmother didn't have a job, but when it was time to pay the bills,
Mm-hmm.
I always remember her and my grandfather sat at the kitchen table
Mm-hmm.
together, and he wrote out the bills and the checks and put them in the envelopes, and she mailed them, and
Mm-hmm.
he gave her some money, like he gave her some spending money.
And that's funny because that's how like my grandparents were. Like my grandmother didn't work, and
Hmm.
but she like I remember my grandfather saying that he just handed the checkbook over to her.
Hmm.
He knew what was going on.
Right.
And because my grandfather he did very well, and so he knew what was going on, but
Right.
but when he passed, he had it set up to where because she had handled everything for damn near 50 some years that they were
Right.
married, then well over 50 years,
Hmm.
that she was okay, like to handle everything. So when he
Right.
passed, she wasn't just like, oh my gosh, what do I do?
Right.
So yeah, so that's yeah. And I mean, and and let's keep it real, like that generation, they didn't really do that too often.
No, and they worked together.
That's the thing.
Nobody wants to work together anymore.
No, it's like you're in competition with everybody, including your spouse.
Mhm.
Now that's weird.
Girl.
Girl, but yeah, so I'm just waiting on, like, after a while I was just like, okay, I was like, now I was like, we got to hear from LaShondra now because
Mhm.
this one side, like, I mean, I don't like, I mean, it's good drama, don't get me wrong, but one sided drama after a while I'm like, okay, we got to, there's
Now,
more to
one
this.
thing that we did is that they said she stole from the church.
Yeah, well, yeah, that right there.
I was like, ah,
I
damn, come
mean,
on now. And then talking about, oh yeah, she better stop before she end up back in prison. I said, well, and she's like, prison? When was somebody gonna tell me? I said, now, baby, I knew she been in prison. Shit, I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
I don't know how you didn't know.
Yes.
I'm looking at her. I know she been in jail. Look how she lined all her shit up. She
I
been in
mean,
prison.
girl.
That is a sign of institutionalization. Like, I don't know why you didn't know that.
So you mean to tell me that you were just that completely naive to everything that was going on? You had no girl bye.
And you've been getting money. Like she said, now, you've been getting money. You've been on TV. Because I feel like she was going to say yes to the dress. She was.
She said she was, yep.
Yeah. So, like, you've been had a boutique. You ain't new to this. You true to this. So, you didn't look her up.
Right.
Baby, my sister looked niggas up before she even say she like them.
That part.
So, the way you done marry somebody, she be like, he cute. He cute. Now, what's his last name?
Exactly. Google, here I come.
Okay, well, he got 2 properties in his name. One, but this one is right next to that. Oh, please. She's a full-fledged detective. Y'all think I'm bad? Please. She's a full detective. She must be paying for some software to look people up. Because she knows what you got going on.
What's that stuff I used at my old job? LexisNexis and all that stuff where it tells you everything.
She got to be working with them.
Okay.
Because she gonna have your information.
Child.
Man, y'all out here marrying folk.
You don't know nothing. Or act like you don't
know.
Yeah.
Nathaniels. That boy said you ain't talking about Nathaniels. You don't know nothing.
Ain't no way.
Baby, please.
Child.
That's why I tell y'all, Oprah and Stedman look better and better than me every day. I don't know what y'all doing, but look.
Y'all don't hear nothing. And y'all worried about them being married. Shit.
Way y'all be on there talking about y'all husbands, girlfriends, and shit. Y'all can have it, baby.
Husbands in jail and shit. You still bitter.
Who was this who had a fashion show with no fashion?
Girl, how dreadful, honey. Ooh, I can't. Well, on that note, I can't
believe you. I'm done.
Girl, so
baby, y'all can keep it.
Keep it all. I don't need it. But
we actually pray that you all have a prosperous week. Don't let a nigga make a fool out of you this week. Then let that be the goal.
That right there.
Yeah, leave us with one goal and one affirmation. Don't be nobody's fool this week. Stay 2 steps ahead of the game. As always, you can reach us at girl_you-know-what, at DannieBSpeaks, at Wellness and Women, and at the Pink Box TKB. We're going to sign off and you all be safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.